moving over to expenses, sometimes it can seem like, everything's going wrong with your properties. This is breaking over here. This is breaking over there. What are ways that you have found to keep kind of expenses and repairs under control?
This is one that I speak about from experience because, as I joked earlier, when we started buying duplexes and fourplexes, almost irrespective of what year they were built in, and then get shocked when you try to do something as basic as replacing a water valve, and all of a sudden you realize that you've got lead piping in a building, and what you thought was going to be a $250 repair is now a $5,000 repair. So as I thought about, the best way to approach that, I think it all goes back to evaluating and putting in the time on the front end. So understanding what you're buying, okay, what goes along with this property type? What type of expenses should I be anticipating? And I think that's a key role of a property manager. If you're an investor looking to buy rental property and you have a manager that you trust and who has specific experience with that property type, that's the key time to have them involved because they can educate you as to what is going to come up. You can't change that, but you can change how you can prepare. So can you negotiate then on a price that allows you to allocate for those repairs or to make sure that you have enough cash for those over time to do more than just put on bandaids, but to fix the problem in a way that'll last?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Preparing your expenses, if the building's older and hasn't been updated with newer plumbing and electrical, then your routine expenses and your capital improvements need to be higher in your planning.
Mm-hmm.
Have you found any repair issues or that are quite common and that maybe could be either avoided by choosing a certain type of product or a certain brand or just something that could be done proactively to reduce the frequency of that issue?
I don't know that there are any specific brands that come to mind, but what I am thinking about is anything to do with water in a property, you want to make sure you fix that right the first time. What I tell my staff a lot is that vacancies and water leaking are our two greatest problems because they create domino effects where you can stop a leak, but then are you going to be dealing with mold later on? So generally, a water bill too. A water bill's what always stays with a property, and you can see huge bills that'll truly shock you based on a $3 toilet flapper that the tenant didn't notify you. It speaks to the importance of inspecting them. So always making sure that anything to do with water that you fix right the first time and that you understand the full scope of the problem.
Yep. That's really important. I would agree 100%. Often I go into properties and the toilet's running or the shower's dripping or whatever it is. And just like, I wonder how much they're spending on water where they don't need to be.
Right.
So, want to hear more on this topic? Click the link below for the full episode of Maximizing Your Property Value.